you.
Special. Oh my God. Foreigner.
Okay, we have to be very solemn for this one.
Gotta take a little time, a little time to think things over. Better read between the lines, in case I need it when I'm older. This mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulder. And through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. I can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. Want you to show me. Wanna feel what love is. No, you can show me. Oh,
Thank you very much. Now I know what they're saying at home. They're going, more. No, we want more. Well, guess what? We have more with Mick and Lou when we come back to the Inside Word. Don't go away.
inside. Fill my eyes with that double vision. There's no disguise for that double vision. Ooh, when it gets through to me, it's always through.
Welcome back to the Inside Word. I'm Michael Kastner, and we have a very special show here. If Talk Soup doesn't wind up on the air today or any of the other programs on the air, it's because everybody's here in the studio basically checking this out. I am talking with Lou Gramm and Mick Jones of Foreigner. They've released the 9th Foreigner disc, The Very Best and Beyond, and they're also on a nationwide summer tour. And after hearing the music and some of the stuff coming up, I know you're going to be checking them out because all of the songs that we've known and loved for years and years. The one question that I think a lot of people want to know, you guys split up for a while. Why did you do it? What was it?
I think it just got to the point where we weren't getting along.
That'll do it. You know.
About anything. I mean,
Oh, really?
We couldn't agree on anything. I think communication had broken down to the point where people were, trying to mediate our conversations and make sure that it didn't erupt into anything that was.
We just lost touch.
Yeah,
We've been together through some very heavy things. I mean, what happened to us was kind of pretty wild. Overnight, it went from just writing songs together and recording to mega pressure. And I think the pressure really was the thing that got to us in the end.
So it's like a lot of stories that we hear, like you would ride in separate limos and you would have your lawyer call your lawyer and your publicist.
Towards the end, it got
to that point. Yeah, I mean, we lived and breathed this band for a good dozen years. So I think a little time and distance did us good.
Thank
we had to
God.
take a little time to think
Took a
things
little
over.
To think things over.
To think things over. I swore up and down that I wouldn't say, you guys, it feels like the first time. How's it feel being jukebox heroes and, all that stuff? I won't do that. But you guys can
That's
do
very
anything.
good. We could use that.
Oh, we'll just keep going on and on and on. How long has it been since you guys toured together?
In North America, it's been 7 years.
Yeah, in 1985, I think it was the last time.
So we're almost 8 years.
Did you miss it? I mean, okay, you have your fights, you have your spats, you know, things like that. But when it came down to it, did you miss working together and that magic that you guys create?
Well, I think so. That's probably what brought us back. I mean, mind you, we were both busy doing other things, but I think we both realized that this was really important and good.
Yeah, ultimately, I think there's, I mean, when you look back and when we had a chance to, I think, to sort of look back at things, take a step back and look at what we'd done together and achieved, you know, I don't think our differences were really deep, you know, grievances that we had, you know, personally towards each other. We were just sort of in a circumstance where it developed into a, you know, kind of a cold war without either of us really talking to each other. So
and you get mad and you're going, now why are we mad at each other again? I'm trying to remember that. How have the fans been on the tour? Has everybody just been crazed like we all are here today?
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's really
genuinely glad to see we're back together.
And a lot of young kids are coming out, and what I find interesting is that a lot of the kids seem to know all the lyrics to the songs, you know. And
your music is playing over and over and over on the radio every day. That's probably why. Well, I tell you what, we do have one fan that we talked to that wants something settled, wants this cleared up once and for all here, so check it out.
Hi, Foreigner. I'm a great fan of yours. I hear you're back together again and you're having your summer reunion tour, and I'm just wondering if it's for real this time, if you're going to stay together.
Yeah, we're going to stay together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's, you know, she wants this, everybody wants to know, you know.
Well, you know, people obviously have been speculating about that. This is not a reunion, you know, nostalgia thing. This is when we got together last year on that fateful day.
It was the day of the riots, everybody. You remember what you were doing? We certainly do in Los Angeles, and you guys
We remember
came
what
together.
we were doing. Lou flew into town in a hail of bullets, almost, you know.
Pretty wild.
And we just were sort of in the hotel, you know, under armed guard for a couple of days. So
that's one way to work out your differences, isn't it? You can't go out of the room.
Work it out or else, is basically.
So, you know, we talked, and we really, you know, this was not any light thing, you know. It was a real, you know, it meant that this had to be a real commitment. And, you know, I think we both felt the challenge was there, you know, to really get ourselves back, you know, regain that, you know, prestige and the sort of position that we felt that we'd worked a long time to achieve, you know. And, you know, it just felt like a big challenge, and to do that took a big commitment on both of our parts, you know. So this is for real. You know.
How has your life changed since when you guys were on the road the first time to now? Besides the fact that you're probably up a lot earlier than maybe you would have been a few years ago.
Well, I don't know if life has changed that much. I think maybe we were a little more sensible, more, you know, considerate of each other on the road, and I think we're a lot more focused on what we have to do. You know, it's not fun and games. It's not a big party. We're back to prove something, and we've got goals.
Then we'll have a big party.
Then we'll have
Then there'll be a great big party. Well, when we come back, the Inside Word is going to be continuing with still more. A medley of Foreigner's greatest hits. Don't go anywhere. Well, I know you're not going to go anywhere. Grab a tuna sandwich right now and then come back. Inside Word.
With his one guitar, a rock star in his eyes, jukebox hero.
Everybody's at home right now going, yeah, I know that song. I love that one. How you doing? Welcome back to the Inside Word. I'm Michael Kastner. You know, if you've ever listened to a radio, and most of us have, then you know the music of Foreigner. Well, right here on the Inside Word, we have Lou Gramm and Mick Jones of Foreigner performing some of their greatest hits.
I would climb any mountain, sail across a stormy sea. That's what it takes me, baby, to show how much you mean to me. I guess it's just a woman in you. You bring out the man in me. No, I can't help myself. You're all in the world to me. Feels like the first time. must be the woman in you. You bring out the man in me. I know I can't help myself. All my eyes can see. And it feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. Feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. And it feels like the first time. The very first. Just like the first time. Very first time.
Do you remember where you were? I told you
remember
guys.
where you were?
Yeah, I remember the day I bought that record. I think a lot of people do too. But we won't get into the story because I don't want to be sued.
You lost her, didn't you? Couldn't reel her in, could you?
No. I really screwed up really bad too. But the song was good anyway, and I just kept
So you
using the
used it
song
again?
over and over again. Yeah, I still do. What's the next one you can do for us?
Oh, a little bit of 911.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Emergency.
All right, sounds good. Again, Foreigner.
You're not shy, you get around. You wanna fly, want your feet on the ground. You stay up, you won't come down. You wanna live, you wanna move to the sound. Got fire in your veins, burning hot. No, you don't feel the pain. Your desire is insane. You can't stop until you do it again. Sometimes I wonder when I look in your eyes, maybe you're thinking of some other guy. But I know how to treat you right. That's why you call me in the middle of the night. You say, urgent, so urgent. So urgent, just you wait and see how urgent my love can be. It's urgent.
And I was right for a moment there. I was just going to come in and do those urgent parts, but I thought better of it. Yeah, I still have a career because of it now too. What's the next one you're going to do for us?
Well, how about...
Oh, make something up.
I've got to tune this down.
Oh, you do?
I'm
Okay.
going to give the secret away. I do this.
People do that actually sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, George does it, you know, sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. So which one do you want to do for us now?
Well, you'll know it when you hear it.
And everybody else
Probably
will.
refers to you in your youth at some point.
I'll bet you.
Just after that. Feels
just-
like the first time.
The first time. Okay, yeah, well, we'll find out what it is then.
31.
Now I'm a little... Oh, yeah, okay, well, that's true. Foreigner.
Hey baby, if you're feeling down, I know it's good for you all day. Are you worried what your friends see? Will it ruin your reputation, loving me? I'm a dirty white boy, just a dirty white boy, just a dirty white boy. I don't drive no big black cars. I ain't like no Hollywood movie star. But they want you to be true to them. They don't give a damn what
Yeah, that was about right, yeah.
Know what I mean?
It just went right into that as well. We're going to continue with more of Lou Gramm and Mick Jones of Foreigner when we come back. Don't go away. We're back with more of the Inside Word, and I'm Michael Kastner, and we are here with Lou Gramm and Mick Jones of Foreigner. The group has released its 9th disc, Foreigner, The Very Best and Beyond, which includes all of their greatest hits and 3 new cuts. They're also on tour together for the first time in 7 or 8 years, in that vicinity, something like that, right?
In that vicinity, yeah.
Well, you guys have had, obviously, tons of hits. We know every single song that you guys have done. How have the critics been through the years, or does it even matter to you?
It's been up and down, you know. When we first came out, we sort of came out at the dawn of punk and disco, you know, so we had we got a bit of, you know, onslaught from the press, you know, the people that, as David Lee Roth put it, the people that look like like Elvis Costello, you know.
Exactly.
People.
Well, you know, we had a choice finally because it was sort of like, you know, Sex Pistols or Foreigner. Well, I think I go with
There's a few stories about that. I mean, you know, I found out that Johnny Rotten was actually a closet Foreigner fan, you know, when all was said and done. So, I mean, for what that's worth. But, you know, we found a lot of stories about people that were in the press, especially in the press, you know, that put us down, you know, that were secret, you know, closet Foreigner fans. You know.
And they're the ones going out and buying the CD
air guitars,
right now.
hot blooded.
do.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Well, hang on just a second. I'm going to tell everybody about something coming up, and then we're going to hear some more Foreigner. First of all, you can catch Foreigner's tour in St. Louis, Missouri on July 7th and in Minneapolis, Minnesota on July 10th. And while we're giving out dates, if you'd like to see the Smothers Brothers in concert, you know, they're right here on E! on the Smothers Brothers show. They play Radio City Music Hall, let's see, in New York. Of course, that's where it is, on July 27th. And of course, you can catch the classic Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour every day right here on E! Thanks for being with us. We're going to see you next time with a whole new Inside Word, and wait, there's more Foreigner. Thank you so much, guys, for coming by. It's a pleasure meeting you, and take it out.
Okay.
Well, I'm hot-blooded. You check it and see. I got a fever of 103. Come on, baby, do you do more than dance? I'm hot-blooded, hot-blooded.
Foreigner, the band that made Mick Jones and singer Lou Gramm one hefty barrel of cash. By the mid-'80s, they managed to rack up an impressive number of top 10 hits, 5 gold records, and in 1984, their first #1 hit.
I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
So where are they now? In April of 1997, just one day before the band was set to tour Japan, singer Lou Gramm was diagnosed with a brain tumor. His symptoms: loss of memory, severe headaches, and ironically, double vision.
I just fill his eyes with that double vision.
After radiation and a year of rehabilitation, the singer returned to tour. As for Mick Jones, in 1999, he was honored with a Golden Globe nomination for his song, The Flame Still Burns, a song from the film Still Crazy. To top it off, Foreigner 4 still remains one of the best-selling albums in the history of Atlantic Records.